what we want to start with now is you want to go to your ARC page where you're at right there, and you want to hit sign in.
Okay.
Okay, it gave you an NAA number and you created a password. I hope you wrote both of those down, correct?
I did. Yep. I got them saved.
Anytime that you use your NAA or your PIN, make sure it's always in capital letters, okay?
Got it. Got it. Capital letters. Is it NAA before the number? Always?
Yes, sir. Always. And it's always capitalized.
So that's my username at the company pretty much.
Correct. What we do is we don't really associate you with your social security number like most companies do. We
Correct.
associate you with your NAA number. Your NA number is going to be how you get your writing numbers. It's going to be how you get paid. It's going to be like your employee ID number with us.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, I logged in. I'm on the home page. Where do I go?
Do you see the bar up at the top, the toolbar that says My Business, Team, Carriers, Resources, and Connections?
Yes, ma'am.
Go to the My Business, go about halfway down, click on it, and you see contracting. Click on it. Okay. You're going to have to sign back in because it wants to make sure you know who you are.
Okay.
Okay. Now you should get to a page where it says Image Legend. Okay.
Right.
Over on the left-hand side, you should have on the right-hand side where you have Fast Track and you've already done your agent agreement. And then you go to the left-hand side and you'll hit your NAA at Carrier Contracting right there. Correct. Right there. It should turn blue. Click there.
Gotcha.
It may take it a minute because sometimes it's a little slower.
Yeah, there it goes.
There we go. Okay, now there you should have a list of preferred alliance carriers. It should start with Foresters, correct? Do you see that?
Yeah, so this is where I pick the companies I'm going to carry a contract with.
Yes, and you will have to do each one. I know it takes a little bit of time, but I will normally walk you through the first one and then let you do the other ones on your own. But if the event it asks you a question that you're unconfused, you can always call me or email me and I can help you with the answer. But go ahead and click on Foresters and then go down to the bottom of the page and hit next.
Okay, so that's all I click. I can disregard all that, hit next.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And what it's going to do here, it's going to ask you some questions. I hope you have your license close by. It's going to need your license number and your expiration date. It's going to just ask, your resident license number.
And that's on my certificate that I got when I got my license, right?
Yes, sir. It should have a license number. And normally both license will last for 2 years as long as you do your continuous ed. But you do have to put the expiration date in it.
Gotcha.
Okay, now here's a few questions like, do you already have a residence insurance?
Gotcha.
What state? Do you carry E&O? Some of our carriers do not require for you to have an E&O.
Right.
So it's okay to put no in there. And if it gets to a carrier that has it, we can get you some information, especially in the ARC. There carries information there for your anti-money laundering and your E&O if you need it.
Gotcha. So you guys provide your own AML course, anti-money laundering, and then if I need to get E&O, I can get it through you guys.
We have resources there, yes. But now I will tell you, there is 2 companies that we prefer that you contract with, which is Mutual of Omaha and Americo. You will have to be required to do a different AML with them. Okay. But we don't need to do it now. I found out that once you submit your first business, they will email you that Lemur AML and they'll give you a screen name and a password. And I can't give you that until they realize you need it. So we'll hold off on that one, but we will have to do another one if you're going to contract with them too.
Okay, I hear you.
To answer those questions and then hit next.
All right, answered those, hit next.
Okay, then you're gonna fill in all of this information.
So just typical gender, agent name,
Mhm.
let's see, anything.
Business name, yeah. Have you
Okay.
ever written business with Foresters before?
Uh, I have a while ago,
Okay, we want to, if
but
you think you have,
it was probably 2 years ago.
okay, I would still put yes and maybe put 2 years ago, just simply because they may see your license number or your name again. So I would always make sure that the information is correct.
Gotcha. So if
Okay,
I
then hit
have, sure.
next.
Okay,
Yeah, but if you haven't, then you just submit no and you would be fine. Okay, this one is just some more questions that they ask you. They will continue to ask you something about forgery, any felons, things like that. And that's the reason you have to do each contract. Each company needs to know that you are who you say you are.
right. Yeah, this looks pretty typical to other applications that I've done with carriers. All right, and then let's see here. So now I'm on the license info part.
Yep,
So this I can get right off of my certificate because I know it says all of this right there.
right. Now, if you are licensed in other states and you want to include them, you will have to do each one of these little sections for those particular each license.
Okay, so separate states, I got to do this again for.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Hit
If
next.
you want to, if you're wanting to do business in separate states. Now, in the event that you decide you want to get more license for different states after you're contracted, that's great too. All you need to do is just send me a copy of that license, email it to me or to contracting, and we can get it added to your application, your contract.
Gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Once you get all this, you're going to hit finish, and it's going to take you a few minutes because it will definitely, it's going to take it a few minutes for everything to save.
Burlington, North Carolina, Burlington.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
And if you're missing something, it will tell you, to
okay.
go back
So
and, yeah.
I would have to fill out all this.
Mhm.
So once I get to this last page of business affiliations and I've filled out all this information, my
You're good.
my application for Foresters is done.
Well, yep, you will get an email that says, that you have successfully contracted with Foresters
Okay.
is what you will get.
So until
And
I
it will
get an
let-
email confirmation, I haven't finished.
No, you will not get an email confirmation until you have actually given a writing number.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
And within 2 to 3 days, they will send you an email. Check your spam also. Some people's have ended up in spam versus the regular email. Anything that you see from any of the carriers that you contracted with, open it up. The
Okay.
only one you will not receive a writing number for is CFG. But you do need to make sure you contracted with them and it was submitted. And then they will issue a writing number with your first submitted business.
Right. Okay. So gotcha. So now that this one has been submitted, I know in the email it says to get about those, 6 or 7. All I have to do is click back here again to
Yes,
get
sir.
to the list
Click
of
back
the
there and
carriers.
see if the rest of them show up for you.
Okay, so I just got to get back to the list, go to the next one in line, which I guess would be Americo,
Yep.
and then scroll to the bottom and hit next.
Yes, sir. And you'll do that for like what we say we normally prefer about 5 or 6 of them. So it gives you a variety of pretty much with each one of these carriers, you can about cover anybody in any age or any condition.
Right. And anybody who is confused, always just ask your upline. If you have a question about a carrier, just ask them.